right, so, for today, I'm going to share a clip of an interview that I did for BATV, that is Business Access TV, I think last year, where I was, being interviewed, and they were asking me some questions about, like the Prime Minister Youth Award when it just win, as well as, what I enjoy for Christmas and all of them, look something there. And I figured, said, it would be a nice little thing for me to like show you guys a clip as, like part of Vlogmas. So, preet. And I hope you like what I shared. Gosh, I am I'm so weird.
He is the Prime Minister Youth Awardee for Arts and Culture, which left him saying box cover. Rashane Duttyberry, YouTuber extraordinaire, joins us on a BATV Christmas. Rashane, how are you?
I'm a little sick, but I'm doing well.
Thank you so much for coming in, even though you're sick. Tell us how getting the Prime Minister's Youth Award made you feel.
I feel great. It's one of them achievements there I never thought was possible. I've had a lot of friends who have been nominated, have won, and for some reason I thought that being a YouTuber wouldn't get me into that space. But turns out that somebody, this lady, I'm going to call her my little angel. She told me that she wanted to nominate me, and then weeks later, I'm one of the awardees, so it feels good.
It feels good. Let's backtrack a little bit. How did you start your whole YouTube sensation business?
Years ago, long time. I started actually right after high school. I think it was at Meadowbrook, and it's just because I wanted to do something to show my personality, because I was kind of seen as a nerd in school, and I wanted to do something to show a little personality and
your competitive edge with so many other people doing this, and the space getting so, I would think, saturated. How do you keep your product top of mind for people?
Honestly, I just think in terms of just like content and my creative eye, I think everybody else is kind of sticking to one thing. I don't really see myself as a comedian. What I see myself as is someone kind of bridging the gap between traditional media and new age media. And so for me, the people who I aspire to be like is people like the Oliver Samuels and the Miss Lou. I'm always saying, had Miss Lou been a millennial, right, she probably would have been my competition. We'd be doing the same type of thing on YouTube, and so it's not necessarily like skits and stuff. My thing is now to hopefully, 20, 30 years, I have some sort of show that would have the same legacy as probably the other media people that we see overseas and in Jamaica.
People who would want to come on and be a YouTuber, some people would see it and be like, oh, this is easy something for do, man.
Yeah.
What's your advice to them?
No, it is not easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of patience, a lot of hard work and dedication. It took me about probably 5 or 6 years before I get the test and bus, and so it wasn't overnight. And what I didn't realize is that you learn a lot of skills along the way. So you have to learn how to edit, you have to learn how to produce, market yourself. It's a lot of skills that you have to have. And a lot of the young people I see now, they just want a quick bust. They're just like, yo, give me a shout out, and they want to be seen and they want to be heard without realizing, say, it takes a lot of dedication. It's not going to happen overnight. And a lot of scrutiny too.
A lot of scrutiny, and you have to know how to take criticism.
Yeah, you learn that. I'm very glad that I came from a family that often treated me like the Meg. I don't know if you watch Family Guy.
Yes, sir.
So I was very used to, get the buffing and the buffing. And so when it came to, being in the public eye, I had to deal with it. I remember one time you get certain criticism, and I stopped doing YouTube for a year. But that was just like young, insecure me. But over time you learn how to deal with it and just focus on the people who love you.
How much of your success do you think is attributed to the fact that you're relatable? Like people see you and think, say, yeah man, that is something I can empower with.
I think a lot, because I think most people don't really fully know me. They see the Duttyberry person, and something that I want to do a lot more of is to show people exactly who I am. Because you see a lot of, I hate the idea of thinking that there's just one identity to being Jamaican. I think when you think Jamaican, you think, so, okay, the Jamaican youth, you think, say, okay, believe in the ghetto, right, him have him, him pants a sag down here, and him listen one bag of cartel and I down here every day. But I think there are different types of Jamaican identities, and you have the people who kind of geeky, who never really get in trouble,
right,
who actually, kind of well behaved, but every now and then them kind of broke out, and you have the moment.
The Jamaican fabric.
And yeah, and I think what I do is kind of represent that particular type of Jamaican, and so a lot of people, identify with that and resonate with that as well.
You won the the PM Youth Award for Arts and Culture, which means obviously your work is making an impact.
Yeah.
Or what do you think the impact is?
I think what the impact is basically to remind and encourage young people that they are supposed to utilize their talent, whatever innate, skills that they're given, to find a way to monetize it. And I think through everything that I've done, whether it be to going into schools and talking to young people, it has always sort of come back to that awareness that I was somebody who literally left from UWI, went to UWI to become a doctor, thought I was going to be Dr. Berry.
So you went on the traditional
the
route.
whole entire thing, and I went there and I told my parents, I said, hey, I feel like I might have interest elsewhere, and it's just like, no. I said, give me a 1 year. No, never want the 1 year for stay home and be workless. So I basically did a degree in something not necessarily what I wanted to do, but it was close to what I wanted to do. And then having done so, still unemployed, reaching the point where you take off things off of your resume so you could be more competitive. You try to get a job at a wholesale. It got to that point. And only to realize that all along, it was my own talent, my own creativity that would have been my savior outside of that. And that is something I want a lot of young people to realize, that we sit on a lot of skills and somehow feel as if we try to box ourselves into this academic thing, when really and truly we can find our blessings elsewhere.
But that's a conversation for parents also, and not just young people, because parents have a tendency of forcing their kids on a particular route that they think it's a safe traditional route. Because if you became a doctor, your job is guaranteed.
Exactly.
But there's no guarantee with you doing
Which
this.
is why the PM Youth Award means that much, because what it does to a lot of people is to give it some sort of credibility or make the profession of a YouTuber legit. And in everything that I do, I'd love to see in 15 years' time, if a young man or a young lady says to mommy or daddy and say, hey, in the future I want to become a YouTuber, that the father or the mother don't say, oh yeah, idiot, that the father does say, some of the Duttyberry youth there, and him seem like he managed to maintain him career and things work out okay. So like I'll give you a strength. Yeah, but look like me I survive, man, I'm dead for hungry. I'll give you encouragement to pursue that path.
You spoke earlier about Miss Lou, but what do you want your legacy to be? How do you want Duttyberry to be remembered?
I'm really and truly, here's the thing, I want big goal. I know much young people have the goal here, but for go up, and collect my award from 0 day. Much young people have the goal here, but for go up, and collect my award from 0 day ceremony. Where you go up like every year, I watch it religiously and try to, they the thing they collect from the Governor General, and kind of show. I don't think it's that, but I'd love for that to happen, because it once again to represent social media, and I think the impact that would have. But I want my impact to be basically to just encourage young people to not be lackadaisical and to just really pursue whatever that they want to achieve in life. And in doing so, realize that there are a lot of opportunities that are open to them, and it's just for them to just be proactive and engage with it.
Roshane Duttyberry, PM Youth Awardee for Arts and Culture. Thank you so much for joining us on BATV Christmas, and we have some work.
Alright, so that's for the little clip that I'm going to show you, but I'll show you any more. I might post a full clip, on my Facebook page, so make sure you go and follow me there. So it is the Duttyberry Show. That's my Facebook fan page. And now me I gotta just like stay up and have some little cornflakes and listen to some more Christmas tune. But hopefully you enjoyed what I said, and the usual. I'm gonna have to tell you right now. The little like, share, comment, subscribe, and them look at something there. Alright, bye bye.